Hey there, Gaming Wars. Chief Rocky here with another episode of Empyrion Galactic Survival. I had to move my ship. As you can see, that is not Shard. That's Omicron. So we had to make a creative game and move the Thunderous Might to it. Thanks to static hair, that was only possible. That being that the server was wiped because there was actual issues with the playfields, so that we wiped the server to kind of also get the 7.0 test stuff out there. So the Wolf server is currently being tested. We're off kind of playing around, doing our own thing. But of course I got the Thunderous Might here. So all the placement of everything and where I want it is done. The Thunderous Might looks completely different from what it was in Space Engineers. A lot of the basic concept design of it is the same though. The same body, although the body's a lot longer, a lot more stretched. Of course, in the body, at the bottom here, we got all these lights facing downwards so we could see where we're landing at. Of course, a lot of turrets. One thing that Thunderous Might was known for, just putting down a lot of thunder. So, again, the ship is going to be meant for dropping in equipment, both tanks from the base here. We're going to try to make this to where 4 relics can get up in there. Okay, and then up here in what I call the bird cage, you could launch like 2 CX-23s, 4 spider bites. So this thing would hover above a base and just drop equipment down. It's basically like a floating base. Let me show you inside. Like I said, the thrusters and everything is about the same. I replaced the tail fin with the actual like sensor dome to kind of make it more like, hey, we're tracking this and we're going to drop you there. So I like it. I got everything on, so let's go ahead and take off our jetpack. So inside the bird cage, you have another, I would say, a tertiary pilot seat. I mean, you could use this as a main bridge if you really wanted to. It is not the main bridge, however, but you can use it as a main bridge. You can probably use it as a secondary. Alright, so down into the main passageway. So this is the main passageway right here. Coming immediately down, you got your little eating area slash armory. And across the hall is medical. I haven't colored or textured anything, it's just placement. Alright, so down to this P-way here, it automatically separates into both port and starboard ammo. Oh, I'm losing my way here. So, as you can see here, come up the little platform, so I could put as much ammo as I want in here. This thing holds a lot of ammo. And again, the same thing on the starboard side. Alright, right here, these are landing control areas. Okay, so it's got little windows here. You can see, like, oh, coming in close to the ground. And you can jump right back in. So I call these landing control, port landing control, and starboard landing control. Those could be used as tertiary. This is the main bridge. Ta-da! Alright. So back down to the P-way here. So just aft of one of the eating and slash armory rooms, this here is one of the tank loading areas. Okay, so they would sit here and wait. As soon as it's time to load up, they'd hop down here and hop right into the tank. Now this is the part we're going to have to really test out and see if it's possible for this to happen. And it's the same thing over here. Another tank waiting area. So you basically have all your gear right in here. In this personal cargo box. Which it won't let me access it for some reason. Okay, we'll just pretend like that didn't happen. Okay, so this is an auxiliary machinery room. This one holds the offline protection. Blah. This one here holds the gravity generator. And they both hold small generators with a small amount of fuel and oxygen. Like I said, they are backup machinery rooms, auxiliary machinery rooms. Okay, and then there's an aft one for loading up into the tanks. I can see these doors are really going to get on my nerves. Okay, back here into the main cargo hold. This is the main cargo hold for all the supplies that we need for more fuel, more ammunition for the tanks, whatever we need. It's going to be main cargo hold. Here's the engineering room, very small. Two large generators back there. They're the very large generators, by the way, the T2s. And then, of course, the warp drive and the warp drive tank. But that is you're standing on a crap ton of fuel tanks. This thing, right now, oof, let's put some fuel in there. Let's see what the max is. So I am in creative, so don't judge me. Probably getting judged right now. I know you're judging. I know you're judging. It's okay. Judge all you want. Okay, so I need some. There we go. Let's do that. Where's the oxygen at? You know what? Not worried about the oxygen. I know we probably hold quite a bit. So let's fill this up. There we go. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see right there. So I don't think the thrusters are on. So let's put the thrusters on. Oof. We're going to do something with the thrusters. We're going to have to manage the thrusters. But I think with thrusters off, yeah, we definitely sit pretty. That's usually where I like to sit. So hours and hours and hours. Okay, so down below here, on the other side of the engine room, you have your bathroom. And of course a fuel pipe running through. You have your main galley, or eating area for the crew. And this is for the crew, in the crew's quarter. This is for the crew of the ship, not the crew of the tank. And right here is your main loading area, so this is the quarterdeck for coming onto the ship. Alright, so when it lands, boom. And that's how you get up when it's landed. Alright guys, so I am very curious to see how this thing handles. So let's go land this on Omicron. Alright, first time departing. Okay, so I know that we're not, yeah, you know what? Let's turn them all on. Whew. Definitely fast. Okay, so we have an issue here. I think that per the start of this, for some reason, I think this is a 7.0 thing. This has never happened to me before, and it happened when I was using one of Spange's drop ships. These were automatically off. I couldn't figure out why. So let's go ahead and turn these on. There's not a lot of RCSs. It's a drop ship, okay? So I'm not trying to make this thing super evasive or anything. But it does handle pretty good. Alright, so let's get down there. See what's lying around. I really don't like the birdcage, but I do think it's necessary. Again, one of my more ugly designs. I couldn't, you know, can't really top that. Extremely ugly. Hideous. Just how I like them. Yeah, not very evasive at all. So those two thrusters down here, the bigger, larger ones in the front, are only meant for entering the atmosphere and exiting the atmosphere. So I will obviously adjust those. The bird cage, I think I'm gonna have to redesign. I definitely don't like the way that bird cage looks. Right now, I just want to even test this to see if it's even a feasible design. $5 minutes at full thrust, huh? Yeah. That bird cage just looks hideous. I gotta do something about that. Definitely gotta do something about that. Okay, so we're in the atmosphere. So right now, so this is where the ship's designed to be at. So I would go over top of an enemy base and just sit here in the clouds. And then we would drop our payload from right here. And they would just fall down. And engage. So the ship technically would never really even touch the ground. It would just hover above the base and release the tanks and any fighters. Just find a flat area here. This looks relatively flat. Alright, turn thrusters off. Alright, looks pretty good. Let's go down to the quarterdeck and see how we look. So I was designing the quarterdeck and I tried to make sure that it was definitely near the ground. Oh yeah, quarterdeck works. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. I like that. So I definitely do like the feet and the way she looks there. I do like that. It's just that bird cage up there, man. I don't like that bird cage. Alright, so for test purposes, let's go ahead and pull in a relic. Come on. Pull a couple of them in. Alrighty. So, let's see if we can do this. This is where we're going to have to make design changes if we need to. Alright, so I think let's get out of here. See what we're looking at. Okay, so it would definitely fit in there. The problem is the height. That's definitely the problem. The problem is the height. So, what can we do? Can we chop a layer off here? We could definitely chop a layer off. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the feet down a bit and see what happens there. Be right back. Alright, so I went up and I chopped off the legs a little bit. As you can see, it's leaning a little bit forward. I'm not sure why. I think it's heavier on the front. Again, not really sure why. Have to figure that out. Put some, I guess, some artificial gravity blocks in there. Yeah. Anyways, let's see if we could get this tank up there. That's the whole reason I designed this thing. Okay, so I got an idea now. So, I know that they fit, right? I have an idea. So, since I know they fit, we could do something like this. So we keep that one, keep that. This one. That. This one. That. Yep. There you go. And that also gives me something to aim towards. So, the next problem would be that. So, I'll have to figure out a platform kind of thing, which is fine. So now I know kind of where to build these at. So, Perfect. Now let's see if we can get the second one here. And now we know that we can fit 2 in a bay. Alright, there you guys have it. My design is proven to be a success. Although we do have to make some minor changes to it, these tanks will hold in place. That is amazing. Turn this tank off. This. What do I do about this? But we know it does its job. So the next question I have is, if I take this up into orbit, can I drop the tanks out? I think before I do that, I'm going to take this up into space and make a few changes to both the thruster arrangements when I actuate thrusters and to the actual tank bays. Be right back. Alright, give me word. So I have figured it out. So I have these tubes isolated up above, so I basically built this area as a walk down area. Actually, while I do that, add these as well. Alright, so basically this is where I could load up into the tank. Get up out of the tank. And same thing, run this way, back up. Take a seat and wait. So let's go ahead and the next thing I want to do is I want to head to the atmosphere and I want to test this out. So we're going to enter atmosphere, which I already set up my atmospheric thrusters. So thrusters are on except for the atmos, which is good. So I want to see if it could just hold. So let's go back down. I want to head to an area with daylight. So the test here now is to hover, just to hover, and see if I can release the tanks and how the tanks will react. So right now, yes. No, we're heading away from daylight. Let's head towards daylight. We want to head east. You can see the tanks hanging right there. So they're definitely hanging there. Man, that birdcage is so damn ugly. We gotta do something with that thing. Huh. Let's come down a little bit. Even right now. 300 meters from orbit. Let's move up. About 200 meters from orbit. Let's move down a little bit. I want to be right on the cusp of the clouds. Okay, so let's say we found our target. Our target is this lake. Okay. There's the tanks right there. Now our job is to go ahead and load up into the tanks. See what the tank will do. Awesome. Alright, here goes nothing. Oh crap, dude. Oh man. We're definitely falling. Alright. So that's what it looks like when it lands in water. Now, is that the best way to deploy these things? I don't know yet. So, you guys can see the Thunderous Might up there. It's still holding with the other relic in the tank bay. Let's bring this tank over here. Let's fly up there and take care of business. Get this other tank off. Alrighty. Alright, gonna do test 2. Okay guys, so I made it back into the Thunderous Might. I repositioned myself, oriented myself towards the horizon of planet. The tank is on this side now. Alright, so let's jump into it. Let's see what happens when you land on hard ground. There goes nothing. Oh man. Can we use the boost? Can we use the boost? Oh, shoot. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, dude. That was so cool. Oh, man. That was so cool. Look at that, dude. And there's the Thunderous Might still up there. And it could launch 2 more of these, and then 2 CX-23s, or 4 Spider Bites. Yes, it works. It's going to be a devastating beast with weapons all over it. Thunderous Might. Oh my goodness, dude. So I'm going to go fix the weight issue so I can land this and put the tanks back up there. And then we're going to take Thunderous Might back up to space. We're going to put some CX-23s on it. And come back and test it out. See if it works with that. Actually, let's go do that right now. Alright guys. So, I'm here in the Thunderous Might. We'll turn around. You can see 2 CX-23s loaded up on the top. What we're going to do is we're going to come about. And we're going to deploy. So we'll say that those 2 relics right there are bad guys. We'll interior ourselves, stop all engines. Alright, we're in the birdhouse right now. I like the windows, but we gotta do something about that. Alright, so let's jump in this CX-23. Let's see if it will launch with everything stopped. Yes, it will. Oh man, this is awesome, dude. This is awesome. Take these out. I forgot to put ammo in there. But yes, this is definitely awesome as hell. Awesome as hell. Look at this. You got a mobile base just flying up in the air. Without the atmos, it's got about 60% or 60 minutes of fuel time. That's pretty good. Actually, 60 hours. We come back up here. Can we land in atmosphere? That's a good question. Let's see if we can. Yes, you can. Outstanding. Outstanding, guys. This is just truly amazing. Alright, guys. So that's all I got for this episode. Thunderous Might is going to prove to be a game changer the way that I had designed this thing. I obviously want to do some cosmetic changes, especially to the birdhouse. I just don't like the way it looks at all. At all, I hate it. It's just so disgusting looking. It just doesn't even match the ship at all. So I definitely want to change that. Other than that, the ship looks great. There's some weight bearing issues when it lands, but we'll get all those taken care of. As for now, that's all I have, guys. So the next time you see me, this ship is going to be, well, yeah, painted, 100% ready to go. It's already field tested. It works. Combat tested, though. I would love to see it combat tested. Full load of CX-23s and 4 relic tanks. It would just be, oh my god. But I mean, for that you need about 7 players. 7 players to like fully launch. You know, I mean, with 3 you could at least get 2 tanks and a CX, or 4 you could get a CX-23 out, 2 tanks, and still have the Thunderous Might fully ready to go pick anybody up or take care of whatever. I mean, you could still drop troops out through the tank base too, you know. If you just needed to hot drop in, you could literally just come down here like, well, we're going to parachute out now, man, because we don't really have a choice, and just jump right out. That would be super cool as well. So this thing, I mean, just wow, I'm super impressed. So yeah, the next time you see a video from me, the Thunderous Might should be fully done. That's all I got for you guys. Chief Rocky out.